All right, ready?
Yep.
All right. You're hanging out with the crew of Demon 305, and today we are in Cutler Bay, Lincoln of Cutler Bay, with Karen Somano Rodríguez, Director of Operations. Thanks so much for having us.
Hi, thank you for coming by.
Where were you born? Where did your Miami story begin?
I was born in Miami, so born and raised in Miami, and my parents were not. So my father was born in Cuba and my mom in New York.
Okay. So did your parents always know they were going to be involved in the car industry, in the sales industry?
When my dad came over from Cuba, he did start working in sales right away. He did not work in automotive initially, but that was, as soon as he started working there, that was his passion. He worked in automotive sales, became a manager. Then he opened an independent pre-owned only store where he did a lot of wholesale with dealerships. And then in 2009, he bought Doral Lincoln, which is our first store, our baby Doral. And then in 2019, we got Ford of Kendall. We purchased that from Mr. Machado. And then we built Lincoln of Cutler Bay, where you're sitting, from the ground up.
And one thing that you're very big on is being a woman in the industry.
Yes.
We don't see many women in the automotive industry, really in any capacity, right?
Yeah.
There's multiple parts. I know your dad was involved in all this, but what made you want to get involved in this?
There's some crazy things we've seen, but I think he thought I could bring younger and again more female-oriented. He knew the car business was too male-dominated.
Yeah.
The female customers that came in, he didn't like that they only were able to work with males, whether it be in service, in the sales department. And also on the technology side. So being younger at the time now, I guess I'm not that young anymore, but when I first came in,
You're young.
I was younger and I, knew more than the average 50 to 60-year-old male that was working at the dealer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. No, I think I was already on Facebook.
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Facebook.
So, I was able to bring a different, I would say, approach to the business. I fell in love with the internet sales department. I did go to a dealer school, which is like a full, in Washington, you go to the NADA, it's like a school for dealers, essentially. So I went through, yes, I went through all the departments. So I did accounting, parts, sales, and service. And doing that rotation, it took about a year. I fell in love with the sales department, and it's what I love to do every day. And I started working on the internet sales was my first job.
Talk to me a little bit about when we talk about two young people.
No, I knew when I was first coming in that I can't just come in and expect, first of all, expect to be respected by everybody and just make a bunch of money. I knew it wasn't gonna happen just because my dad's the owner. So essentially I wanted to do the opposite. So I wanted to work my way from the bottom up and make sure everybody respected me. And if you ask any of the managers that are still there at Doral Lincoln today, they saw me work, my butt off from the first day I got there until today. But I put in the hours, I put in the work, I put in the effort, and I did a regular job and got paid the regular amount, and did what I had to do to, again, be respected and learn about the business. Because at the end of the day, I was getting paid to learn.
Did you feel pressure from a daughter perspective? Did you feel pressure as a woman? And did you feel pressure just in general? Because you wear many hats.
Yes.
So where did you feel the pressure?
And, I knew it was not going to be easy. But at the same time, I knew that I, especially after doing my rotations, I knew I was going to be doing something I loved. And I knew I wanted to change a little bit about the perspective and the, what can I say, like the thoughts people have about car dealership. So our goals from the beginning was always to make people, anybody who came in, you can't make everybody happy, but make the majority of people who come in happy and feel that it was a pleasurable buying or service experience. So I did feel pressure in that sense because I wanted to make sure that I made an impact at not just our store, but in the industry overall.
Tell me about some of the bumps that you faced on the way. Some would call it failures, some would call it lessons learned.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
Well, I could tell you that one of the biggest things, anytime I became the internet manager. That was like my first role as a manager at the store. And anytime I would go on a trip for when it was for dealers and I would show up, they would assume I was working for the manufacturer because there are a lot of women on that side of the business. But nobody thought I was a dealer. People assume you're a woman,
Yeah.
you're not going to be a dealer.
There's these
So I feel like there was
biases,
just, a big bias in that sense when I first came in. But now I feel like people that I've met along the way call me for advice, call me for ideas. And they realized, once I showed them that I could make an impact in our business and help them out, I feel like it's totally changed their perspective on first women in automotive and of course my role at the dealer. So my goal was to have videos that focus on what a woman and a mom would be paying attention to in a car, right? So a lot of times women don't care about the size of the rim or the tire and things like that, but more about any safety features, how easy it is to get into the third row, what fits in the trunk of a car. There's so many things that sometimes the men, which are normally the ones showing you the car, would not even show a woman consumer or a mom,
Yeah.
So I think it was more to get that across to as many people in Miami. And the difference was there's other influencers, obviously, around the US that do it, but none in Miami. So I do try, even though my Spanish is not very good, I try to do some videos.
But you understand.
Yes, no, I understand. But I try to do some videos in Spanish, some in English, and of course focus on the Miami lifestyle.
What do you tell women or other folks who are curious or are passionate about something, but they're showing trepidation because of maybe the space they're going into?
Yeah. No, I mean, if it's something you love and you feel that you could make an impact, you could make a difference, the worst you could do is try it and you get shot down. It doesn't work, but you at least tried and you'll feel better about it. But I think, if you're passionate and you feel, again, that you could either improve a space or maybe make something better, I would definitely go for it. I mean, if you have the passion and the drive and wake up every day with the desire to do it, I think it's definitely worth trying.
What's the future for Karen in the mom space?
I would love to make an impact with as many women as possible. I have 2 kids of my own, 2 girls, more women.
More girls?
Yes, more girls coming into the business. And I feel that, again, now it's not just me and my sister, it's our kids, So you want to make sure that you leave them with the tools and everything they need to hopefully one day, I don't know, maybe she ends up being a doctor, but hopefully one day come and also start working here and take over a business that's, thriving and will help them in the future.
Well, Karen, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. Of
Thank
course.
you.
Our pleasure.